welcome back to another reacting to body goals influencers in real life. I just did one of these videos and remarkably, it didn't get taken down, it didn't get demonetized yet, and it hasn't been age restricted. The comments that I get warm my heart, so I was like, you know what? We're on a roll, let's do another one. Here we are. In today's video, we are reacting to the beautiful Bella Hadid and GIGI Hadid in real life. Why are these sisters, I hear you ask? It's not that I think that Bella and GIGI edit their Instagram pictures, because honestly, I don't think they do. This video is not an Instagram verse reality video like some of the others have been. For some reason, as a society, we've got this idea in our heads that celebrity influencer women are somehow better than us, that they are built better, or that they are more superior humans, and that is why they get put up on a pedestal for us mere mortals to look up to and fawn over like they're some kind of demigods. But it's like, no, stop that. Hopefully you'll see from these videos that I make that these women, although they probably have larger bank balances, they are no better or worse than you or me. Take away the lighting crew, the professional photographers, and the filters, and you'll see that these women that you think of as perfection actually have very similar bodies and faces to you in real life. Quickly before we get into it, heads up, this video is sponsored by Kenzie, a brand that I have been using and working with for close to a year now. Kenzie is my favorite IPL machine for a multitude of reasons. Number one, I hate shaving with a passion. It doesn't matter what style of razor I use or how well I moisturize afterwards, I always break out in an angry red rash. So itchy, so annoying, so not worth it. I don't enjoy putting myself through discomfort, i.e. waxing or epilation, and I do not like the ingredients in those toxic creams that promise to dissolve my body hair. No sis, that ain't it. What I don't mind doing, however, is plugging this little bad boy in, sitting down with a cup of tea and a good film, and flicking bits of light at my legs. It doesn't hurt, can't really feel it at all if I'm honest, and the results are that my hair growth is greatly reduced, and for some people, their hair never grows back at all. IPL works by targeting your hair follicles with intense pulsed light. So the light essentially travels down your hair into the follicle, effectively damaging the follicle, so your unwanted hair either doesn't grow back at all, or the hair that does grow back is greatly reduced. And that, my friends, is why laser hair removal is so popular. It is so effective, it works so well. Now, me personally, I don't really have an issue with body hair. I don't really mind if my underarms are hairy. I don't really mind if my legs are hairy. It's natural for me. I'm a hairy person. Sometimes I remove it, sometimes I don't. Some people love having no body hair at all and feeling smooth. Some people are proud of their body hair and they rock it. Either choice is fine, and that is exactly what it boils down to. Choice. Me personally, I just don't really want hair around my bikini line. I'm always at the beach, I'm always in swimmers, and it really irritates me when I have these itchy little hairs poking out around my bikini bottoms. I didn't like it when I was a teen, and I don't like it now. My preference for my body is that I do like to be hair-free around my bikini line. I use my Kenzie IPL on those areas, and it has made the world of difference. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't leave me with an itchy rash, and it doesn't cost a fortune or require me to get naked in front of some random stranger in a salon. All I do is plug the cord into the wall, turn the device on, and press the button to unleash the flash and let Kenzie work its magic on my hair. You can press this green button to increase or lower the intensity depending on how strong you want or need the IPL to be, and you can also set it to glide mode so that it will flash automatically, and you can essentially just zone out and relax while you do your own IPL hair removal from the comfort of your own home. So you start seeing results within around 2 weeks, and if you use it as directed, you will see the full results within 12 weeks. I have to be honest and admit that I am very lazy with mine, and once I start noticing that my hair growth is decreased, I'm like, that'll do, that's perfect, that's fine for me. You can pretty much use Kenzie anywhere that you have unwanted hair, whether it be your legs, your arms, your chin, your upper lip. Just do not shine the light in your eyes, common sense. In your box you get the Kenzie handset, the power cord, so you don't need to worry about running out of battery, skin tone chart guide, a 12-month warranty, and 90-day money-back guarantee. If this sounds like something you might be into, then Kenzie has been nice enough to offer my viewers with a $50 discount, so I'll put the discount code in the description box down below. It is SLG50, gets $50 off. You can click on the link in my description box down below to check it out and read more about it. Okay, so let's start off with the beautiful Bella Hadid. Bella is literally a supermodel. Like, she is having such a moment. She is so successful, and good for her, because honestly, the impression I get from Bella is that she grew up feeling a little bit insecure in her looks. That is just my armchair assessment of Bella. Anyway, I could be totally wrong. These are the pictures of Bella that we typically see on her Instagram and in the media. Very posed, very model-like, very, very perfect, very flawless. I can understand why people leave comments like, "Queen, goals, I wish I looked like you," underneath Bella's pictures because she is just, quite frankly, a beautiful looking woman. However, Bella didn't always look like this, and I have done a whole video on that if you guys want to watch that, I'll put it up there. She wasn't always this thin, which is one thing I think is interesting to note at the start of this video. That could be due to industry pressure. Obviously, being a model, you are expected to look a certain way, and that is why you couldn't pay me to live Bella's life. Like, I like chips and eggs and ice cream too much. I could not live Bella's life. Now, despite being a literal supermodel and despite being very, very, very thin, as you can see in these paparazzi pictures, you can see that Bella has copious amounts of cellulite on her butt and her thighs, and I think that's really important and positive to mention and note at the start of this segment, because people have this idea that cellulite means that you are flawed or it's something to be ashamed of, and if you have cellulite on your butt or thighs, you need to cover it, and you can't wear shorts and you can't wear bikini bottoms because you can't have people seeing your cellulite because it means you're out of shape or you don't look after yourself or you're in some way flawed. But that ain't it. Being that looking as perfect as possible is Bella's literal job, you best believe that she eats well and she works out, and yet despite that, she still has cellulite, and she is still considered body goals, and she is still a literal Victoria's Secret supermodel. So if cellulite doesn't hold Bella back, it shouldn't hold you back either. Literally over 95% of women have cellulite. It's beautiful, it's natural, it's normal, do not worry about it. So the pictures of Bella that you see in the media and on Instagram, her waist looks teeny tiny, like almost concave, because she is so petite. And when she's sucking in and angling her body in certain ways, yes, I'm sure she does look like that in real life. However, like I always reiterate in all my videos, it is not normal or natural or comfortable to look like that 24 hours a day. When we eat food, our belly's gonna pop out. When we breathe out, our belly's gonna pop out. When we sit down, we're gonna get rolls because your internal organs have to go somewhere. They're either gonna get crushed when you sit down or they're gonna go out. And as you can see in these pictures here, Bella's belly in real life is not concave. It is not the size of an ant's, and when she sits down, she has a few rolls too. It's totally normal, totally natural, nothing to worry about. Another thing I noticed when I was looking at these unposed pictures of Bella is that she has hip dips. Hip dips are a new phenomenon? Mostly spread by social media, just another way to make women feel shitty about their bodies, to be honest. Hip dips are apparently a flaw, and that is why you won't often see them on social media. And a lot of the time you might notice that if an influencer does have hip dips in real life, she will feel pressured to edit them out to make her hips and butt look perkier and rounder and less square. Hip dips are caused by the shape of your pelvis. If you looked at our skeletons, all of us would have an indentation where the hip bone meets the top of the thigh. Hip dips, despite social media's attempts to make us feel ashamed of them, is literally a normal part of the human structure. It is not a flaw, and it's not something you can get rid of. Okay, moving on to the beautiful Gigi. I am honestly so pleased that it seems that Gigi has grown up so well-rounded and with such healthy body image, considering she grew up with a mum who was a famous model in her own right. Lange Hadid is Gigi's mum, and she was a huge model back in the 90s, and I understand that Yolanda wanted her daughter Gigi to be successful in the modeling industry. However, the way she went about it, I feel, was so potentially damaging and toxic to Gigi's mental health and physical health. If you look at these clips here.
I miss club volleyball.
Volleyball is a very masculine sport. Modeling is a very feminine thing.
I know.
Gigi wanted to model all this time, and now she's like, well, I want to go back to play volleyball. And she's got to start building her career, and that means sometimes we have to give up things that we love to do. These girls, they train 4 hours a day after school, so their bodies are big and bulky, and I mean, they eat like men. I wanted her to develop as a woman.
In 3rd grade, remember I used to wear basketball clothes to school every day?
Yes, a Laker jersey, right?
Yeah, to school every day.
I thought that my daughter was lesbian. This is the hardest from being on our diet.
I have to have a bite for good luck, though. Mommy, you're gonna have a little bite with me. Yes, you are.
Okay, you give me a little bite, I give you a little bite. But not too big, no, that's too big, the half of that. Gigi's in charge of her own diet, but to be on your best weight, you gotta make the right choices. This is you. You know what, Gigi? I think that's it. Yeah. I'll do this. How is it? I can't believe you just did that.
it seems that Gigi was raised always having diet on her mind, always having what her body looks like on her mind. So those things were more important than what brought her happiness or how healthy she was. So to come out of a childhood like that and be working in an industry like that and still be well balanced is actually amazing. Now, Gigi as a model is a really interesting case. When she first burst onto the scene, she was considered too big for the modeling industry. And if you look at these pictures of Gigi, honestly, it just shows how toxic and destructive the modeling industry was back then, because she was not big by any means. And I cannot imagine how comments from the media like that would have gotten into her head and affected her in some way. And honestly, I think it did, because then a few years after that, she slimmed right down to a size 0. But of course, even that wasn't good enough. And then Gigi had people telling her she was too skinny, or that they were disappointed in her that she had given into industry pressure and lost all this weight. Doesn't that just show that it doesn't really matter what size you are or what weight you are? Society will just never let women feel happy within their bodies. Like, fucking give us a break. Gigi claims that she didn't want to lose all that weight and that she didn't do it intentionally, but that she lost all the weight due to Hashimoto's disease. Now, Hashimoto's disease is a disease of the thyroid, and it usually means that women will put weight on. So it is rare that for Gigi it went the other way and meant that she lost a load of weight, but in her case, that is what happened. Now, just like her beautiful sister Bella, Gigi also has cellulite. And I get so happy about this because I feel like it just reiterates my point that I'm trying to remind you guys, is that over 95% of women have cellulite. Like, that is basically all of us. So if you look at your butt or thighs in the mirror and you see cellulite and you feel bad about it, don't. Like, literally supermodels who get paid to be beautiful have cellulite and they still are in the job. So it clearly isn't a flaw. It clearly isn't anything that you need to be ashamed about. So if you want to go to the beach and wear a bikini and you've got cellulite, just go for it. Just enjoy your life. As you can see in these pictures here, Gigi is literally on the runway being a model, and she has cellulite on her butt and thighs. And good for her, she looks amazing. And then in these pictures here, where she is having fun and living her life, which is what we all should be doing, she has cellulite on her bum and thighs there too. And again, I would much rather be living my life, having fun with my friends, mucking about, than sitting at home trying to hide my cellulite. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway, I was on Reddit the other day, which is unusual for me in the first place because honestly, I just don't really understand how that website works. But I was doing research for a different video and I came across a thread where people were basically claiming that Gigi didn't deserve to be a model because she's like not even that attractive, or she looks like a chipmunk or something to that effect. And I was like, what? And it triggered something in my mind, and it brought me back to these comments that I remember I got underneath my Gigi Hadid glow up video, where people were saying, Stephanie, she didn't have a glow up, she's had a glow down. And I was like, are we seeing the same woman here? So then what did I do? I went onto Google and I was Googling recent pictures of Gigi Hadid. And I can kind of see where people are coming from, and don't get your pitchforks out, guys. Hang on, let me explain myself. I feel like people are comparing teenage Gigi before she had a baby, before she was in a long-term relationship, before she grew up, to Gigi now. Back when Gigi was younger, she did a lot of bikini modeling for publications like Sports Illustrated, and I feel like that is kind of what people expect Gigi to still look like now. And the issue is not that Gigi has had a glow down or that she's let go of herself. The issue is that people are still expecting Gigi to look like 17-year-old Gigi and not 26-year-old mother Gigi. The fact of the matter is as we grow and age, our faces and bodies change. Having a baby will absolutely change your body. Being in a long-term comfortable relationship, I know that has ended now in what seemed to be not great circumstances, but she was in that relationship for a long time. And honestly, I just think Gigi became comfortable and content in her adult life as a mother, and she doesn't really care to try and look like teenage Gigi anymore. It doesn't mean that she's had a glow down. It doesn't mean that she's any less beautiful than she was when she was younger. I think we need to get used to the idea that women age, and as we age, our faces and bodies change, and we need to stop holding women to this expectation that they should look 17 forever. Like, it's just not physiologically possible. For all the research I do in these videos, I actually think that Gigi Hadid is one of the few influencer celebrities that hasn't tweaked her appearance at all. And honestly, I have to commend her for that, because in her industry, there must be so much competition and so much pressure to kind of keep up with the Joneses and keep up with your appearance, and she just hasn't given into any of that pressure, and I really commend her for that. So I'm going to leave this video here, guys, but hopefully I have managed to convey in this video, although I feel like all I've done is ramble, is that you don't need to put celebrities or influencers or even supermodels up onto pedestals that they don't belong on. They are just real human women at the end of the day with wobbly buns and cellulite and stretch marks, and it doesn't make them any less beautiful, but by the same token, it doesn't make you any less beautiful either to have these normal human bodily attributes. Alright, love your guts, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!